Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Gail. You've probably noticed, but this is a new little corner of my office. We just put a couch in here, so now we can have some intimate conversations as if we weren't already having them before. Today, I really wanted to get something off my chest, something I've been struggling with since high school, I'm sure. I think the phone is killing me, and maybe I sound like a boomer. I grew up in a time where there was always technology, and since then, it's been continuously advancing. The sacred hour of Saturday morning cartoons or walking the aisles at Blockbuster are no longer necessary because you don't even need to leave the couch anymore to find the movie you want to watch. Or maybe you don't ever find the movie you want to watch because there's too many options. Songs used to be cherished when they came on the radio at the right time. Now everything is curated on demand whenever you want it. I am so thankful for technology because my life and yours has become so much easier than it used to be. And from all the examples that I've listed before, so much time has been saved. But I still feel like the phone is killing me. There was a point in time where Russell and I, after the end of a work day, we would have scroll time. We would go on Instagram Reels, scroll in tandem, and send stuff to each other as if we weren't sitting right next to each other. Essentially, we were just consuming content for hours to gain 20 minutes of a chuckle. I live with my husband, and we were connecting on social media right next to each other. That could be cool, but I just don't feel like that's genuine for me. I feel like the tether to genuine connection has been bastardized into seconds-long engagement. Nothing is for the love of it anymore. Nothing is for your own personal growth in this capitalistic society. If it isn't making you money, then it isn't worth your time. And I feel like social media has a way with making you stop in your tracks before you even want to start. Or the second that something gets hard, it makes you want to give up. You're connected to all these things that prove to you that somebody is always going to be hungrier than you and better than you. So if you aren't good at it, then why do it at all? We're constantly pressured to be moving at a pace and advancing at a pace that's unrealistic. There have been countless times where I was ready. I've overcome the fear. I was ready to try something new. And I look up how to do something. Maybe I looked it up on YouTube. Maybe I looked it up on Instagram. And it stopped me in my tracks. Like I said, there's always going to be somebody who's done it before you, somebody who's hungrier, someone who's better. And that's always going to be the case. I just think that it's inescapable now. Speaking of inescapable, everything is an ad. Everything is trying to get you to buy something. If it's not a product, then it's a subscription to something. And if it's not a subscription, it's just marketing for someone else's business, which is fine. And I'm glad that's what the internet is being used for. But I think the problem is that it's not sparking any creativity and it's not sparking any inspiration anymore. All it is a money-making machine and a comparison death trap. Another thing with the advertisement is somebody is always trying to push that they can do a service for you. Why build on a talent or why develop a skill when you can just fork out $10 and someone will do it for you? Even without the ads or without the comparison to how other people's journeys are going, I feel like it stops my creativity and my inspiration dead in my tracks. Every time I sit down to write something about a YouTube video or write a song or sit down and just think, I look at my phone and I say, well, what's going on over there? A few seconds of scrolling turns into minutes, turns into hours, and then I've just wasted my day doing nothing. And I've got nothing to show for it except for a little chuckle, a little giggle, some theater kids singing a song in a Goodwill. I couldn't even tell you what I was looking for. I can't even remember what I looked at, but I can tell you if it helped me. It did not. It wasted my time in increments of 15 to 30 minutes to hours. I scrolled mindlessly, I compared myself to others, and I upset myself. Then I repeated it. I will say that right now, the world is pretty bleak. And it's really easy to just scroll and to just forget about things and to just sit and laugh and see what's going on with your friends, what's going on with celebrity A or B over here. It can make you laugh. It can make you feel seen. It can make you feel something. Like you aren't the only one feeling the way that you do. But when you take a step back and you really look at it, who are you connecting with? It's one-sided. There are so many parasocial relationships forming in social media because people are looking at all these influencers and celebrities for a connection rather than their own fucking friends. Why aren't we going to our friends for real comfort in real conversations? I think that social media helps us hold a lot of that shame inside. If I'm not doing this and so is doing this, then why should I bring it up? Why should I be a downer on my friend when they have all these successes? The thing with social media is it makes us think that we're not alone. But if you have everything right at your fingertips, why leave the house in the first place? I will say, to stop myself from being so negative and pessimistic, I'm so thankful for social media and for Instagram specifically, because it's really helped me further my career and it's helped me keep in touch with family and friends who live in the Philippines, in Australia, in the UK. All these wonderful places that we couldn't message. We couldn't send a DM. 20 years ago, I couldn't call a friend in Australia and they would pick up. I love seeing what my friends are reading. I love seeing what my friends are watching and what they're listening to. I love seeing new recipes that are no longer than 20 minutes in the kitchen and it fucking works and it's delicious. I love seeing my friends and colleagues hit milestones that I never even thought of or going places that never even crossed my mind. There are things right in front of me and right in front of you that we need to focus on right now. They live across the world, and it's simply too much for my tiny little human brain to stay plugged in so superficially all the time. I'm always rooting for them and you. Please don't ever get that wrong. There are people right down the street from me that are my friends that I don't know what's going on with them because we have our own lives to live. I really need to live my life here, the one that's in front of me. And I think that it's time for me to be intentional, not only with my work, but with my time in general. And it's time for me to cut back on what I am consuming. When I really take a step back and look at what is bothering me about my relationship with social media, I really think it's burnout. I think burnout is what's killing me. Burnout for always trying or pretending to be the best version of yourself, or always staying on top of the news, or to always have the newest best thing, or so we don't miss out on any opportunities, or so that we are there celebrating all these little victories with our friends. I would say that our phones and social media have sped up the process with turnaround time so that you never really relax or you never really turn your brain off. I know personally I'm burned out from always being connected. Am I going to stop using Instagram? Probably not. But for right now, I have put a parental timer on it. I give myself 30 minutes a day for Instagram. And I'm really glad I did it. On my bad days, I try and scroll social media looking for something to cheer me up, and it usually isn't there. I've spent all that time instead being productive in a way that I know how. I have been pumping out new songs by touching my phone less. I've been ripping through books. I've been able to redecorate my office and my whole house at that. So I think some good things have come up from it. I'm not saying I don't miss it. I definitely do, and I feel like I'm missing out on a lot. But internally, I know that I am feeling a lot better about myself in the skin I'm in. Anyway, time for me to get off my soapbox. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I know that a lot of you might disagree with me, but that's just what I need to do right now. And if anybody else is feeling that way, it's okay. The timer is your best friend. And this has been taking a lot of space in my brain and my heart for a long time. So I hope that anything I've said has sat with you and matters in the long run. But if it doesn't, thanks for spending a few minutes with me and listening to me yap. So I will not be on Instagram as much as I used to be, but you are going to have to pry Facebook Marketplace from my cold dead hands. Good luck to you guys. Bye.